Hello, my name is Sydney. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be having my TBR jar pick my April TBR. So I feel like last month's TBR, I did do a pretty good job at reading majority of the books that were on it. I am in the middle of 2 of those books. It is currently still March when I am filming this video, but I wanted to film it a little bit earlier and get ahead of the game so I can post it before April actually hits. As you guys know, this is my TBR cart, and then we also have some books that are on my physical TBR back here as well. I honestly feel like I have a lot of fantasy on my TBR, and to be completely honest, when it's like summer, springtime, it's warm outside, I want to read more books that fit that vibe or season, but right now my TBR is just not giving that. So I honestly don't know how this TBR is going to go, because for me at least, I feel like fantasy books really just fit the fall and winter vibes. So obviously it's not that time of the year anymore, so I'm a little bit nervous to see how everything goes. Let's just get into letting my TBR jar pick my April TBR. I am going to be keeping one book in mind that is a new release, and that is The Night We Met by Abby Jimenez. This, I believe, it came out this month, and I really want to read that. So obviously I know that's not on my physical TBR, but I absolutely love Abby Jimenez, so if I can fit that book into one of the prompts that we pull, I'm of course going to fit that in, because I know I'm gonna buy it either way. But other than that, that's really the only book on my radar that is a new release and that I actually don't physically have on my TBR. But let's just get started and pick our first prompt. I'm honestly really nervous for this. We have a book written by an author I have never read. I don't know why I was going to say that was going to be difficult, because to be completely honest, there are a good selection of authors that I haven't read anything from. I haven't read anything by Matt Dinniman, and I know that a lot of people really like the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. It's about this guy who gets trapped in like a video game, and he's in there with his ex-girlfriend's cat. And I know this is like a very long series, but like I said, a lot of people do really like it. I don't know if this is gonna be my vibe, but this is definitely an option because I haven't read anything from this author yet. I haven't read this book or anything by this author. It's All in Your Head by Sabina. Okay, I am gonna be completely honest, I don't know how to say this author's last name, but from what I know from the back of this book, our female main character, and I believe even our male main character, both have chronic illnesses. And honestly, I have been having my eye on this book for a really long time, and I actually recently picked it up. So I feel like this is going to be a top contender for this prompt. I haven't read anything by Liz Tom Forty or Flock. I have by Kate Stewart. I haven't read anything by her. I've decided that I'm going to pick It's All in Your Head because, again, like I just said, I have been really interested in reading this book. So I feel like obviously since I haven't read anything from this author yet, this is a perfect prompt. So this is going to be book number 1 on my April TBR. Prompt number 2. We have a book I keep saying I'll read soon. I feel like this can go for a lot of these books. Okay, this might be a little hard. I know I've been wanting to continue Addicted for now, and it has actually been on, I believe, like 1 or 2 of my TBRs recently, but I just haven't picked it up yet, and I literally keep saying that I will pick it up soon because I want to continue that series. I also keep mentioning the X-Vows. I feel like I constantly look at this book and I'm like, okay, I need to pick this one up. I've also been really wanting to pick up the first book in the Zodiac Academy, but this one hasn't been on my radar for as long as these other books have. So I think I'm gonna do Addicted for Now by Krista and Becca Ritchie. If you guys don't know, this is a part of the Addicted Calloway Sisters series, and I believe this book is the last book that is following Lily and Lo, our female and male main characters, and they're both dealing with pretty serious addictions, and they are also trying to just get through these addictions together and help each other out. There is a lot of very heavy and serious topics in these books and in this series, but I would definitely recommend you guys check the trigger warnings if you guys are going to pick up any of the books in this series. But this is, I believe, the third book following this couple, and I am so excited to pick this up, and I really hope I get to it this month. Fingers crossed. Also, I just really love the way this cover looks. So this is going to be the second book for my TBR. Let's go prompt number 3. We have a book I will unhaul if I don't read it. I think for this prompt, we are going to have to look at this back bottom shelf over here, because most of these books I do want to read and have been more on the top of my mind than these books. So I'm gonna have a little look at the back shelf and see. Honestly, I do really need to unhaul some books because I feel like there's a lot of books that are on my physical TBR, primarily back here on this shelf, that I don't know if I'm ever going to read because I picked them up at the beginning of my reading journey. So honestly, I just feel like where my reading taste sits at right now, I just feel like most of those books will not fit where I am at right now, and will probably would have been more my taste back in the day. But honestly, this is gonna be kind of hard. I really do feel like a lot of these books I might unhaul, which sounds like really bad. Like Twisted Love, honestly, I just haven't really been interested in reading this. King of Wrath, also haven't been interested in reading that. Cruel Prince, I know a lot of people really like that, but I don't know. I tried to read Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. I just couldn't get into it at the time. Half the Soul, I honestly haven't heard many people talk about this book for a while, so it just really hasn't been on my radar. A couple of the other books are part of the series Shatter Me. I know, again, a lot of people really like this series, but it just hasn't been in the forefront of my mind, so I haven't really thought about even picking it up. Stephen King, Billy Summers. I really don't want to read a Stephen King book yet. The Way I Used to Be and Bride by Ali Hazelwood. The Fine Print. I know there is some love and hate with the Fine Print series. This is book 1, obviously. I have decided to go with The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. This is book number 1 in the Dreamland Billionaire series. I feel like after I read the back of this book, it might be something that I could be in the mood for this month. I believe our male main character is the owner of a theme park, and I believe obviously billionaire, so he's got some money. We will see. I don't know too much about this series or about this book in general. Again, it is a book that has been on my TBR for quite some time, and I feel like if I don't read it soon, I probably will never read it, so that probably means I should unhaul it. So this is going to be book number 3 for my TBR. Give it a shake for prompt number 4. Oh, I grabbed 2. Number 4, a book from a genre I don't read often. Okay. Is Dungeon Crawler Carl like sci-fi? What is this? I just looked it up and it says that the genre is lit RPG, which is literary role-playing game. I honestly did not even know that was a thing. It also says it is categorized as science fantasy, post-apocalyptic comedy, and dystopian satire. I honestly feel like this would be perfect for this prompt because I have never read a science fantasy or a post-apocalyptic comedy. So I am going to pick Dungeon Crawler Carl for this prompt, and that was really easy. So, okay, cool. Let's go with prompt number 5. Oh, this one's tiny. A book I have to read. Okay, when I wrote this prompt, I was thinking about it either being a book that I have seen a lot of people recommend that you have to read because they love it, or it's one of their favorite books, or whatever, they think it's something that a lot of people will enjoy. Or I also thought that it could kind of fall under a book that I keep telling myself that I have to read, whether it's because I love the author or because I am really interested in what the back of the book says. Something along those lines. I don't know why I haven't been super excited for some of the books on my TBR recently. For this prompt, I'm going to pick The Night We Met because I honestly do have to read this book because Abby Jimenez is one of my top all-time favorite authors, and the book just came out and I need to read it. So I'm going to pick that for my 5th book to put on my April TBR. I do need to go out and pick up this book. Obviously, I'm not mad about that. So right now, obviously we only have 4 up here, but that was the 5th prompt. Let's give it a mix for our final prompt. Okay. A book with a title I like. Okay. I feel like First Time Caller I really like just because I know a little bit of what the book is about. So I feel like this is kind of cute for a title. I also like Runaway Love. I also like The X-Vows, Kingdom of the Wicked, but again, I just don't really feel like this time of year is when I want to pick this book up. I feel like majority of these books I do like the title of, but if I'm gonna be completely honest, the one that is catching my eye that I want to pick up over majority of these is The X-Vows. I feel like I have had this one on my TBR a couple of times, but this cover and from what I know about this book, it is very much giving me this time of year vibes. So for this prompt, I'm going to pick The X-Vows by Jessica Joyce, and I am honestly really excited to read this. I know a lot of people really enjoyed this book, so this is going to be our final book on my April TBR. These are all of the books that will be on my TBR for the month of April, and for a quick overview, we have It's All in Your Head, Addicted for Now, The Fine Print, Dungeon Crawler Carl, The X-Vows, and The Night We Met by Abby Jimenez. I am honestly feeling pretty good about this TBR. I have been wanting to read most of these for quite some time. I am a little bit nervous of The Fine Print by Lauren Asher just because I honestly don't know how I'm gonna feel about it. Maybe I'll really like it and maybe I'll want to continue this. I believe it's a trilogy. I'm really interested to see how I like Dungeon Crawler Carl, but I feel like it might be something that I'm gonna end up liking just based off of the opinions of a bunch of other people that I have similar tastes in. So hopefully I end up liking that. I feel really good about this. Obviously, I am most excited about Abby Jimenez's new book, but I'm definitely gonna have to go grab that soon. And now that I was able to fit it on my TBR, I'm honestly probably gonna go this weekend or maybe tomorrow because I really want to read that when I'm done reading one of the books I'm in the middle of now. Let me know in the comments if you guys think I should pick up one of these books first over any of the others this month, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to stay tuned for more videos from me, and happy reading!